Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome you to next Industry 5.0 keynote speech. This time we will speak about politics in the age of Industry 5.0. My name is Mike Rada, I am human, and I am the founder of Industry 5.0. And before we begin, let us talk about the background. Industry 5.0 is based on the principles of industrial upcycling, which is the first systematic waste prevention methodology applicable for industries. Both together has prevented already over 1 million metric tons of products and material to become waste thanks to systematic utilization of the underground mines. Industry 5.0 is the first industrial evolution ever led by man, and it is applicable for all industries and segments because all of them are wasting. Industry 5.0 recognizes 4 types of waste: physical, social, urban, and process waste. And if we know what Industry 5.0 is all about, let's talk what politics is all about. According to Wikipedia, politics is a set of activities that are associated with making decisions in groups or other forms of power relation between individuals, such as the distribution of resources or status. Politics try to establish the consensus between all parties, except of the countries where dictators or countries for one regime only are ruling. Politics concentrate the power and distribute it through the chain of administrators and outsource services of deep knowledge concentrated on the politics only, and it develop and modify the rules and regulation which are matching with the ruling party interest. And what is the connection between politics and waste? In every single country in the world, there are 2 types of waste industries. One is the formal and second is the informal one. In fact, the informal one is frequently bigger than the formal one. Almost every nation has a national frameworks for waste management, but none of them has a waste prevention methodology applied. Landfills, dirt, smog, health issues, climate issues, social and economic issues, all that harm the citizens and the unity and integrity of nations. Waste industry is the 3rd most profitable industry in the world, but it contributes to national budgets only by 5%, but consume 10 and more in incentives and funds and many more. What is the reality? We are living on a planet together with 7.7 billion people. But did you know that 200 years ago it was just 1 billion? Did you know that 100 years ago it was just 1.5 billion? And despite 2 world wars, global Spanish pandemic flu, and more than 650 war conflicts all around the globe, there are 5 times more people living on a planet than 100 years before. And in 2050 there should be 11 billion people living on the same place. People are spread and divided into 260 nations, speaking over 7,000 languages, riding over 1 billion cars. And in this environment, 9 million people die yearly because they are hungry, despite the fact that more than 23 million tons of food is wasted every single day. More than 850,000 people die being thirsty, despite the fact that 347 million liters are spoiled every single day only by the crude oil industry in California. All this happened on one place. It's called the Earth. Once we call it blue marble. It is the planet around which on orbit it's more than 175 million pieces of space debris, pieces smaller than 10 centimeters. At 750,000 10 to 30 centimeters and 80,000 above 30 centimeters. We created a global landfill on our orbit. And this is what we do to our planet. We dig inside, hunting for only criteria for success, for more. No matter what we are talking about, more is the only criteria. We are building our cars to store them on graveyards of new cars. Because if we release them to the market, it will spoil the price of the car. We are running factories which grade ISO certificates on the walls, and behind the factories, landfill can be found. We are carrying our water to fires in these fire tanks, not knowing that production of one hamburger needs same amount of water. And we do it on the same planet where this picture is a reality. And we are doing it being supervised by politics and politicians. In Davos, to be in Davos, US government paid $3.4 million in 2019. To be part of the World Economic Forum, you have to pay 60 to 600,000 US dollar a year to be a member of this exclusive group. United Nations has been created in 1945 to prevent war happen. Since then, more than 650 war conflicts happen on the planet. In Kyoto, we signed a protocol in 1987 to clean up the sky. After that, COP was introduced, SDG goals has been introduced, Paris Agreement has been signed, and trading with CO2 emission reach up to 144 billion euro every single year. And the result? Planet we cannot be called blue anymore because of the environmental damage the industries made to it. According to the World Bank, the global development means the volumes of waste will growing till 2050. And that despite the fact that almost all material can be reused, recycled, or utilized again. But in fact, only 13.5 is being recycled in reality. The value of waste industry, the formal part of the waste industry, was estimated to 285 billion US dollar in 2016, and it's predicted to be 435 in 2023. These numbers are being delivered by the World Bank. There is a need for change, because if we would like to live on a blue marble again, we cannot grow our food to throw it away, right, because the leaves are not green enough. We cannot fill our waters with waste because we don't need it and we do not want to spoil the price. We cannot call our plates bio-waste garbage bins. We should not produce products to throw it away just because we don't need it. I am on my way for 7 years preventing waste happen and teaching businesses and companies to do the same. And we have estimated and calculated the value of the waste prevention on a global scale, and it reached 475 trillion US dollars. Not counting with the waste, oil, and war industries, because they did not provide any data. Until now, we have built our future on the top of a waste pyramid, but it's not possible to build a future on a waste of pyramid because it's unstable. So this is why I created another ground stone, stable one. Firstly, we have to recognize that something must not become waste. Then we have to reconsider what to do with it and realize it. And if we succeed, we will start to change the world from the very first moment. And how does it look like? Some people see this as a waste. So firstly, it's needed to be recognized that it must not become waste, then to reconsider what to do with it, and finally realize it. Because we can do. We can use items as a single use, or we can find a way to utilize it again and again, to build from it something different, chairs, tables for schools, kindergartens, but even use it back in the industry if it is needed. What is the value of waste prevention? Is 475 trillion US dollar in a year, and it will grow because even in the very first year you can save up to 50% of the waste management cost just by preventing waste happen. How will look the politics in the age of Industry 5.0? The politicians will become leaders by delivering the results, not the promises. And national policies will be the pillars for a global development. Industry 5.0 and systematic waste prevention will be launched and implemented in national so as international frameworks, and localization means cooperation, not next iron curtains. Local food and water availability will be more valued than money and power. And one future without exception has to be followed by many parties, many tools, which will be used for one direction only. And the government should identify themselves what are the wasting and what is the wasting and prevent it happen to avoid same mistake to happen again. We have to go from wasteful to wasteless because education must grow humans, not components. It must be the creativity, openness, communication. We shouldn't waste our time by asking 5 times why, but spend our time to ask only one but the right question for the first time. To be a different is not a shame. And please understand, everyone can change the world with the work of his or her hands. And all of us have to be proud on one side, to be human. Industry 5.0 is the first industrial evolution ever led by man. It's changed the mindset of people and businesses from wasteful to wasteless. It delivers results without need of capital investment, and it's based on principles of systematic waste prevention, industrial upcycling. It utilizes systematically the on-the-ground mines, being transparent, sharing the profit, and being efficient. And please understand, Industry 5.0 is not a tool, sales tool, or a product. We are living in the age of digitalization of our work. We are living in the year of digitalization of our education, and we are living in the time of digitalization of our leisure. So it looks like that the only thing which has to be digitalized is the man. But if we do so, our life will look like this because data don't need any light. And I discovered this danger 7 years ago, and I started to build another world, the wasteless world, the world I would like everyone to live on. And if you are the same opinion, please come and construct the wasteless world together with me. And if you struggle on your way, get in touch with me. My name is Rada, and I am a human. Thank you for your time. I wish you a great day free of waste and wasting in all its forms. And stay safe, please.